Hi students, good morning. We were discussing redox reaction in the last class. And that concept was classical concept of redox reaction. See, let us consider one more redox reaction. Na sodium plus chlorine gives sodium chloride. Is this reaction is a redox one? Is there any oxygen here or any hydrogen here? No. Then how can we say this is a redox one? So in order to explain these types of redox reaction, let us study another concept regarding redox reaction. Okay? Yes. And see, the new concept of redox reaction is electronic concept. Electronic concept. As we know, sodium is an element with atomic number 11 and therefore its electronic configuration is 281. 281. And that of chlorine is 17. So, how can we write this configuration? 287. So, listen, what happens during their reactions? Sodium will lose the single electron to chlorine, and that electron may gained by chlorine. Okay, so here the losing or gaining of electron may take place. So according to electronic concept, the losing of electron is called oxidation. Losing of electron. Losing of electron is called oxidation. So here sodium loses electron. Hence it is oxidized. Then who gain this electron? Chlorine. So chlorine undergoes reduction. Chlorine undergoes reduction. Why? The gaining of electron is called reduction. Okay, so a process or a reaction in which losing of electron takes place is called oxidation, and the gaining of electron is called reduction. And see, in this reaction, one element lose the electron, at the same time the other element gain it. So the losing and gaining of electron takes place here. That is, oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. So we can say this is an example for redox reaction. Okay? And here no need to study this topic, but from third chapter itself we need this concept. Okay, at that time let us discuss in detail. Okay students? Yes. So we discussed 5 types of chemical reactions. See, in order to study these types, let us make a chart. So listen, the types of chemical reactions. There are 5 types. First one, combination. Combination is a type like A plus B gives AB. Second one, decomposition reaction. AB gives A plus B. Then third one, displacement. And displacement, there are two types of displacement reactions. A plus BC gives AC plus B. This is what we call single displacement. Single displacement. And see, next one, AB plus CD gives AD plus CB. That is what we call double displacement reaction. Okay? And then redox reactions. An element when add oxygen or lose hydrogen. It is oxidation. It is oxidation. And see, second one, A minus oxygen, losing of oxygen and addition of hydrogen is called reduction. And finally, exothermic and endothermic reaction. A reaction in which heat is evolved or liberated are called exothermic, and a reaction in which heat is absorbed is called endothermic. And here decomposition reactions are of three types, like thermal decomposition, that is decomposition reaction takes place in the presence of heat. Second one, electrolysis, decomposition reaction takes place in the presence of electricity. And finally, photochemical decomposition. Okay, so just make a chart like this to study easily the types of chemical reactions. Okay, now let us discuss our next topic, that is corrosion. Corrosion. See, what do you mean by corrosion? Have you ever seen an iron rod? When cut into pieces, the cutting end has a shiny surface. And after 2 or 3 weeks, it may fade. And we call it as rusting. Okay? Rusting. So this is an example for corrosion. Similarly, when articles or simply ornaments made of silver become black, and that is what we call tarnishing of silver. Tarnishing. Or when copper utensils get exposed in air, what will happen? There is a green coating on that utensils. That is what we call verdigris. Verdigris. So these are examples for corrosion. So what is mean by corrosion? The surface of metal are attacked by the air, moisture, carbon dioxide, acids, etc. around it, and it destroy or corrode. And this process is called corrosion. So simply, corrosion means it is a destruction of a metal by the action of air, carbon dioxide, acids, moisture, etc. And as we know, we already discussed, rusting is an example for corrosion. So rusting, in which iron is converted to its oxide, and rusting is an example for a redox reaction. Can you say what's the chemical name of rusting or chemical formula of rusting? It is hydrated ferric oxide. hydrated ferric oxide. By writing the formula Fe2O3xH2O, hydrated ferric oxide, or Fe2O3xH2O. Similarly, next one, tarnishing of silver. Tarnishing is a black coating on silver articles. Tarnishing. It is due to the formation of silver sulfide. Silver, when react with H2S in air to form its a sulfide called silver sulfide. It is black in color. That's what we call tarnishing. And next one, the formation of a green coating on copper utensils. It is what we call verdigris. Verdigris. And this green coating on copper utensils is called verdigris. And the chemical name is basic copper carbonate. Basic copper carbonate. That is CuCO3, CuOH twice. This is the chemical formula of verdigris. So here we discussed 3 examples for corrosion. One is rusting of iron. Iron, that is Fe2O3xH2O, hydrated ferric oxide. Second one, tarnishing of silver. It's a black coating on silver articles. Tarnishing, it is due to silver sulfide. Then a green coating on copper utensils. That is basic copper carbonate. CuCO3, CuOH twice. Corrosion leads to the wastage of tons of iron every year. So a lot of money is spent to repair. Why? Yeah, as we know, bridges, dams, etc. are made up of iron. So for the replacement or the repairing, a large amount of money is required. So iron weighs every year. Okay, so how can we prevent this problem? How can we prevent? Simply painting, oiling, greasing, then galvanization. Galvanization, that is coating a more reactive metal like zinc on iron. That is what we call galvanization. Okay, so what is corrosion? Once again, corrosion is the destruction of metal by air, carbon dioxide, moisture, etc. and they get corrode. And this phenomenon is called corrosion. 3 examples like rusting, tarnishing of silver, and verdigris on copper utensils. And corrosion of iron is a serious problem because it leads to wastage of tons of iron every year, and a lot of money is spent to repair or replace it. Okay, students, the next one and the last topic is rancidity. It is the rancidity. As we know, whenever we have a chance to buy sweets, especially fried items from bakery, before buying, we will take 1 or 2 pieces and taste it. For what purpose we are doing like that? This is due to the process called rancidity. So what is rancidity? The process of slow oxidation of oil and fat present in the food material, resulting in the production of foul smell and taste in them. The slow oxidation of oil present in food item may lead the foul smell and taste. So we can say that food item get rancid. So this process is called rancidity. So once again, rancidity is the process of slow oxidation of oil and fat present in the food material, resulting in the production of foul odor or smell and taste in them. So how can we prevent rancidity? That is, first one, packing the food material in airtight containers. Second one, refrigeration of this cooked food item at low temperature. And finally, by adding antioxidants. Antioxidants. What are antioxidants? Antioxidants are the chemical substances which are used to prevent oxidation. And see, the chips manufacturers are always flushed the packets of chips using nitrogen. Why? Nitrogen here acts as an antioxidant. Antioxidant. And that prevents the oxidation of the oil containing in the chips. Okay? So, by these three methods, we can prevent rancidity. So, rancidity can be prevented. First one, refrigeration of the cooked food items at low temperature. Second one, packing of food materials in airtight containers. And finally, by adding antioxidant. For example, nitrogen. Chips manufacturers are always flushed chips packets using nitrogen because it acts as antioxidant. Okay students, I think the topic is well clear to you. Okay, thank you.